G'day, it's Simon and James. Hey, welcome back to South OC Cars and Coffee. We thought we were going to have a quieter morning this morning. The weather was a little overcast, but the sun's out, the crowd's out. We closed the lot full by about 9:10. It is crazy. What have you seen this morning, mate?
So we have a 4GT, a Mark II 4GT, one of the brand new ones, which is
that
awesome.
The black one?
The black one,
yeah.
We have a ton of Aventadors, ton of Huracan STLs. It's just a really solid morning for kind of everything exotic. What have you seen?
Yeah, same thing over here, like some hot rods that came through. There was one that like 6 carburetors on this thing. I hold up 5 fingers. That's because I'm holding the camera with the other hand. 6 carbs on that thing. Super cool, just a great range. There's a blue Mustang, 65 Mustang that's resto modded. Super cool, owned by a guy called Jim, who's one of our newest sponsors. Tons of stuff. Hey, don't forget, if you're coming to South OC Cars and Coffee, please respect our rules. No speeding, no revving, no burnouts. That includes on the streets of San Clemente and getting on and off the freeway. All right, mate, let's go for a walk and check some stuff out.
Let's do it. This is something that we don't get here every week. This is a Mark II 4GT Heritage Edition. You can see it has that beautiful stripe along the top. Gorgeous gloss black, this fantastic interior. You can see the engine, that EcoBoost through the back. This is such a gorgeous supercar. This is a car that's slowly growing on me, the all-new Ferrari Roma. I think it has kind of an interesting design. Very cool, kind of sleek, minimalistic interior. Just a good grand touring car. I think this is something that you could throw some suitcases in and just putt around the countryside. I think this is an awesome little car, definitely growing on me. Now this is a car that's slowly coming down and becoming really good value, the SF90. This one, of course, being the Spider, so it catches a little bit more money. But this is such an awesome car. You have the hybrid V8 making close to 1,000 horsepower. What an awesome car. Here we have one of the cleanest R8s. You know, I'm a little bit partial to these cars, but this one belongs to Tyler from Pacific German. It is a 2017 or 2018 Audi R8 V10. It has the full facelift on it, so that 2021 front bumper, center lock conversions from a Performante, and then the VF supercharger system, making this car close to 830 horsepower, an absolute missile. So these cars have always been pretty controversial in our exotics row because we think they're more of sports cars. Some people think they're supercars. This one belongs to Brandon, who's one of our longtime volunteers, and he's done a great job modifying this to his exact taste. So I want you guys to comment below whether you think that the Dodge Viper is a supercar or a sports car. Let us know. This thing is pretty sweet. So it's an Aventador SV lookalike. I think it's just an S Roadster, but this red interior is absolutely stunning, and this frosted silver paint looks super good. I still love these cars. I mean, I know that the Revuelto's coming out and everything, and the technology is a little bit dated, but they're so pretty to look at. They really do look like fighter jets. One of the most beautiful 992 GT3s that we've ever had at this event. This is beautiful mint green with a cloth, like a plaid white interior. It is so, so pretty. You can see it has the silver wheels on it. What an awesome spec. Here we have one of the most controversial cars at the event that we've ever had. This is a Lamborghini Gallardo built by Street Aero. Gentleman Bryce has put this thing together. So it's a full body replacement for this Gallardo, and then a 2J with probably the biggest turbo that you guys will ever see. This car is absolutely nuts. You can see it has a gated 6-speed. I think this car is pretty sweet. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of it.
Packed show again. This is the overflow lot. We got a ton of 4-wheel drives over there. We got a whole lot of JDM, all sorts of stuff. Obviously exotics overflow, and then the normal crowd right around the other side. Massive show. So I saw this parked over the other side this morning. This is Lawrence. Lawrence owns this car, and I walked past it and I noticed all the dust on it. I went, is this a barn find? And
it is a barn find. It came out of Laurel Canyon in Los Angeles. I saw it listed on Craigslist, and as soon as I started thinking about buying it, I knew it was going to be mine, and nobody else got it, and I did get it.
So, it's a great looking, obviously, Survivor car. One of the things we talked about a second ago, these are not the original seats.
No, these are aftermarket seats, and I was able to get the right seats with it.
Yeah,
with it, and those are going to go back in the car when I get the tracks ordered.
It's just amazing. So 1959, when did they start building the 356?
The 356, I believe, started coming out around 1948 was the first model.
Right.
And it was a very antique-looking type car. Well, it was ahead of its time, but it was a very crude-built car, very hand-built car, hand-laid aluminum at first. And they built them in barns originally in Austria. And those are very collectible cars now. It evolved into this car you see today, which is a 1959 that was quite developed by that time, but it's virtually the same car. Little by little, they just made it a lot better car. And of course, then later on, it went to the T5 model that had the twin grille.
Yep.
And that was the one that went into like 62, 63, 64, 65 until the 911 came along.
Yeah. And what's interesting is you could look at them, like you could look at this one, for example. We were just talking about it before. You said they used to call the teardrop tail lights, but then 56, for example, had the round beehive tail lights.
Yeah, they had two little headlights on either side, and they looked like little dots. And this was the teardrop taillight was something that they came out with that they thought was more stylish, I guess, or more modern.
What a great car, and what a great time you're going to have, obviously, doing what you need to do to get it back to sort of its former glory.
Oh, yeah.
You must be thrilled. I mean, to find a car like this that's aside from the seats, which, hey, that's just cosmetic.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, while those seats have been in there, the original seats have not been worn and...
Well, they're in pretty bad condition.
Oh, are they?
I'm going to see how much of the original fabric I can save and keep this car as original as possible.
Oh, it's a great find. Hey, thanks for bringing it out.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.
It's the first time you've shown it anyway, so we're really pleased that you wanted to bring to South OC Cars and Coffee.
I live here in San Clemente, and I love coming to this show.
Awesome. Right. Excellent. Thanks for talking to us.
Cool.
This is one of my favourite eras of old Chevys. This is a 1959. It's had a transplant of a more modern motor. That's an LS in there with a high-rise manifold. But here, come and have a look at why I like the 59. This is a Biscayne. They also obviously did the Impala. There are options on the Impala like the vent that was up there. But look at this rear end. These teardrop tail lights. And they did them in these. They did them also in the El Caminos as well. I just love that 59, love 1959. I couldn't agree more. This car's obviously had a ton of money spent on it. It's got a beautiful interior, just really, really neat and clean. But if you're looking for a cool cruiser, and one that's not very common either, 59 is not a common car.
You know that I ain't coming back, I'm sorry.
Shout out to the guys from Polaris Slingshot. What a fun way to spend a Saturday driving along PCH in one of these. Absolutely. I mean, this gives you the best of both worlds. If you're somebody that wants the freedom of a motorcycle, but you don't like the thought of driving down a highway and not having anything around to protect you, this is a really good option, right?
Great option.
So you got two sitting next to us side by side, the one over there. Are they the same, or is there slight differences between the two?
There are definite differences. We've got the upgraded hood here on the R. This is the R model, it's the upgraded. That one's got our standard hood. This one's got the upgraded audio kit, the upgraded light package in the front. Just a lot of little bells and whistles that differentiate the two. They're both tuned to 203 horsepower, 4-cylinder, 2.0-liter engines.
Yep.
And it's only 1,700 pounds, so it's light, it's fast, it's agile. It's a lot of fun to ride.
Yeah, what a great idea. I mean, I love the thought of tearing around in one of these. I think they're really, really good.
We gotta get you one.
Yeah, well, that'd be. We need to take one down. Sarah and I need to take one for a drive along the coast.
Absolutely. Let us know when you're ready to do it.
Awesome, excellent. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to come and check these guys out at the show. We got some cool cars along here. This one belongs to one of my best friends, Pete. This is a beautiful, beautiful big block Corvette. Have a look under there. 454, great car. Look at the interior color on this thing. I've driven around in this car. It's super cool, absolutely love it. Really clean, really neat. Next to us, guys, just coming on board as our newest sponsor, this will be the guys from the Auto Vault. This particular car belongs to Jim. He's just got it back, this beautiful 65. Amazing Ford racing engine. This thing sounds so tough. Beautiful wheels in there. Great colour. This is actually the Porsche Shark Blue, same colour as Sarah's Cayman. And I just love this colour. And I also love the back of this 65. They're just really super clean. The way they've got these triple tail lights. Just look at the wide body on this thing. Really cool. Very neat. We'll be talking to you more in the coming weeks about the Auto Vault. These guys are setting up in San Juan Capistrano. James and I went over there this week. An amazing location. There's going to be a club rooms there you can actually join. There'll be amazing auto storage there. There'll be the ability to actually have your own closed off area with a lift to be able to store your car. Inside storage, outside storage. Really cool in San Juan. So keep an eye out on our social media and website. We'll have more information coming soon.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see.
One of my favourite areas of the show, 69 Camaros through here, absolutely beautiful, and actually a 67 up there as well. So, big block, looks like it's running fuel injection up underneath there. Next to it, have a look at this, really interesting. This is still a traditional big block Chev, but it's running this manifold which allows you to use fuel rails. So, injectors. So underneath that air cleaner is not an EFI system like a Holley EFI, it's actually just acting as a throttle body because you've got injectors through there. Whereas over here, if you have a look underneath, this is a small block, but it's running what looks to be one of the more modern fuel injection systems. Across to here, this is an LS transplant, so running a fast intake manifold on it. So same take on the car, just very subtle differences between modern, small block, big block with fuel injection, and then big block with bolt-on fuel injection at the top.
Listen to what they give, don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid.
We were just talking about Camaros before and came around the corner, and here's one of my favorites. This is the previous Car of the Week winner. This thing is built absolutely incredibly. Have a look at it. Tons of carbon fibre. We'll look at that in a minute. Some of Dave Kindig's door handles there. Really contemporary looking interior, but still got a sort of a traditional look to it. So look at this. Carbon fibre over the top, carbon fibre lip on the wheels, carbon fibre rear spoiler, rear bumper. Just enough, not over the top though, same along here. Just really clean. Come along here, front bumper, just tons of good stuff. Then under the hood, this LS9, which for me is one of my favourite motors that GM has ever built. This is the motor that it only really got used in a couple of production cars. One, of course, here was the C6 ZR1. The other car a lot of people don't know about is this motor was also used in Australia by Holden Special Vehicles. In fact, they built 4 utes, which you guys would know as an El Camino, 4 of them with this LS9. Incredibly rare. One of them went up at auction recently. This was after, just as Holden was closing down. They didn't make them available to anyone. They basically, it was a limited release. They did 4 different colours. I think it was a white one, a yellow one, a red and a black one. One of those 4 recently went up for about $1 or $1.2 million. But for me, the nice thing about this motor is you can put boost on it. I mean, it's already got boost on it with the supercharger that's on there, but it has forged internals. It's got good pistons on it. It's got good con rods, which most other motors in that sort of range like the LSA didn't have. They still had the powdered metal rods. So does the new LT4 as well. Priority oil squirters, a whole lot of stuff that makes this, I think, one of the best crate motors and production car motors GM has ever built.
All our minds, you put the work in, we got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through.
2 great looking cars, apparently owned by the same guy. I think the son drove this in. I said, great to see a young guy driving such a classic car. Now this is a 68 Charger. I think out of all of these, this is my favourite. I've been watching Graveyard Cars a fair bit lately and learning what I can. So we didn't have a lot of these in Australia, very few. For me, the thing I like about the 68, the twin round tail lights on the back. That's the thing that stands out to me as being a really great thing. Now this particular car has the 440 in it. There were so many different motor options. You could obviously get a Hemi, you get a 446 pack, all these great things, different size motors, 383 I think as well. Next to it, owned by the same guy. How cool is this hot rod? Really, really clean. It's a beautiful titanium colour. This is what I mentioned at the beginning. Look at that, 6 carburetors through there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I said to the guys he drove in, how hard is it to tune? And he said it's not that bad because he bought new carbs for it, so he wasn't messing around with worn out carbs. Really good idea. Chrysler motor, and have a look at the size of the heads in this thing. Absolutely massive. That's what a Hemi is. When you've got a Hemi head, they're absolutely huge. And the nice thing is the high tension leads, you'll notice they run in underneath that. So all the spark plugs are obviously down through the middle, through there. But what a great looking motor. That wind manifold there with those 6 carbs. This thing is super tough. It's just clean. It's not, I don't know, there's just something about it really appeals to me. Like, great looking tyres on it, just everything about it. Great looking hot rod.
I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through.
What a cool looking old Chrysler 300 here. I just love these classic old motors. Look at that underneath there. Twin carbs sitting down underneath there, but that air cleaners that's going across the 2 oil-filled or oil bath air cleaners. Once again, it's the motor we just looked at that hot rod, same thing. This Hemi through there. What a great looking car. Just so many things about this era that's just to love. Beautiful interior, very nicely done. Beautiful steering wheel as well. Cars of this era had so much style. Ton of chrome too. I tell you what, if you're a chrome plating business, you'd love cars back in this day, but really wonderful. We don't see a lot of 300Cs at the show. You see a lot of Tri-5 stuff, see a few Fords, but it's always nice to see something from Mopar, especially when there's a Hemi under the hood like that. Very cool.
Identity, it's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't stop. Step up. Don't
Have a look at this, the Korean invasion. We're not talking about Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, I can't even pronounce it properly, making his way into South Korea. But have a look at all the Genesis. We got Kias, we've got all sorts through here. Really interesting. These guys have, as a car, really lifted their quality, their aesthetics, a whole lot. I mean, these are not bad looking cars at all. They're actually good looking cars, I'd go as far to say. Look at this thing. This looks really neat. I mean, it's a ton of work done to it. Somebody's put a stealth wrap on it, obviously, but great looking car. You know, I guess the Kias and Hyundais and Genesis are where Japanese cars were back in the sort of late 70s, 80s, where people were starting to appreciate that they had something to show for themselves and had some good quality. And great to see people getting passionate about the whole group. So we were just looking at those other Kias and Genesis, etc., and I was just talking about how there's a whole new group that's passionate about these cars. Here's a great example. So this has got a great looking wide body kit on it. It's got really nice wheels as well, but look at the forged carbon hood as well. The reason I like this and get excited about this is that we need this. We need this for the automotive industry to continue, for people wanting to tune, for people wanting to modify. Not everybody's going to be a standard GM or Ford or Mopar guy or the traditional JDM. So great to see people embracing other brands like this and turning it into something really special. Hold the phone, I nearly walked straight past this. How pretty is this Lancia? This is another car you don't see every day. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that magnificent dashboard in this car. It's got that linear speedo. Just absolutely wonderful. Beautiful color. What a pretty car. If we can find the owner, we may make this car of the week, because this is magnificent. Beautiful, beautiful car. So this is, to me, how a car should sound. That's a very, very healthy big block right there. Naturally aspirated, huge, huge horsepower. This thing sounds so good. How much horsepower did you say it was?
735 at the wheels.
735 at the wheels. That's so cool. Great to see.
That is it for a very busy weekend here at South OC Cars and Coffee. Please remember, if you are coming to the event, remember to respect our rules: no revving, no speeding, and no burnouts. It does include on the property through the city of San Clemente, and then also getting on and off those freeways. I want to give a huge shout out to all the sponsors. We have the Bracketeer, Wear Marketing, Meguiar's, Polestar, PDM Brands, Next Level Auto Protection, Happy Jewelers, Carbontastic, and Polaris Slingshot as well. And then I want to say a huge thank you to all of the volunteers that help us out each and every week here at South OC Cars and Coffee. If you want to become a volunteer, hit us up on Instagram at South OC Cars and Coffee Merch. So we handle all the volunteer roster, and then while you're over there, check out some of the new designs that we have, new t-shirts, hats, everything that you guys could possibly want is going to be over there. If you are volunteering with us, you get to bring your car in before 8:30, and then Ruby Xana does also provide a free coffee and donut for everyone helping us out.
Yeah, big thank you to Rubies for doing that. We really appreciate that. And also the Outlets of San Clemente for allowing us to be here. Remember, if you need to do any shopping, want to go to the movies, go to a restaurant, come to the Outlets, please tell them South OC Cars and Coffee sent you. That is it for 2 weeks. We're going to be away for the next couple of weeks. Make sure to come back and check us out later. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you back here soon for the next South OC Cars and Coffee.
Thank you, guys.